another interesting edition of your favorite program, Health Affair on AIT, a platform where we focus on public health challenges, issues about women and children, with a view to providing lasting solutions. I am your regular anchor, Oshomowa Danis. You're welcome. Our focus this week is on kidney failure. We'll be right back after a news segment.
The convener of Arise Work for Life and Conference, Dr. Shiju Iluyomade, has promised a more colorful event this year, with more sporting activities brought on board. Speaking with newsmen on Sunday, 9th of October, she appealed to Nigerians to take advantage of regular exercise like walking to stay healthy and live longer. The Arise Work for Life, which will be taking place on the 15th of October, has its theme by appointment with the hashtag Appointed to Live.
Chosen this theme deliberately because Arise is a transformational agenda, an ideology of passing on from generation onto generation, most particularly in our country, Nigeria, the essence of life, which is good living. We are particular about everyone, regardless of their color, regardless of tribe, regardless of their religion, being able to feed, to be clothed, to be able to earn money, to be able to live a long, fruitful life. And therefore, one of the great ethos of the Arise Women, or the Arise Foundation, so to say, is about preventive health care. We kickstart the season of the Arise Conference by appointment, talking about preventive health care. We're working on the 15th, but prior to the work, we did have a golf tournament just on Friday. The tournament was graced by 128 professional golfers who played at the Ikoyi Club 1938, and we had those who sought to learn how to play. It is time for us as a nation to please quit talking and begin doing. As a nation, we will spend far less money if people are able to prevent the diseases from coming on. Very simple exercises. A simple exercise like walking has so many benefits. It is said that it can improve your health, your heart's health. Walking for just 30 minutes a day can reduce stress and anxiety. It strengthens your muscles and bones. It improves your mood. It reduces the risk of diabetes, which we find is a major killer for the African race.
The Arise football match is slated for Friday, 14th October 2022 at Mobology Johnson Arena, Unicon. Arise Work is for Saturday, 15th October, time 7 a.m., while the Arise Women's Conference is for Saturday, 29th October at the Trinity Tower, time 11 a.m.
We will then also, on the 14th of October, be having a football tournament, a football match. We have graciously been granted the use of the Unicon Stadium, which is now called the Mobology Bank and the Mobology Johnson Stadium. We have the likes of Peter Rufai. We have the likes of Daniel Amokachi. We have also playing for us in this year's football match. Let me give you the names. We have Augustine Egwavon, Uche Okechukwu, Samson Siasia, Aloy Agu, Victor Ipeba, Mutiu Adepoju, Tijani Babangida, Garba Lawal, Edema Fuludu, Austin Okocha, Kanu Nwakwo, Taribo West, Yakubu Ayegbeni, and Chijini, and Tosi Emmanuel, to mention a few. It's going to be awesome. Not only that, we are going to also look for talents who will play and will take Nigeria to greater glory.
The press conference also provided an opportunity to address the state of the nation. After 62 years of independence, the Arise Work convener, Dr. Shiju Iluyomade, said It was time for consistency and integration of wealth creation into the school curriculum to address growing unemployment rate and ensure poverty reduction.
Arise speaks to wealth creation. Arise speaks to preventive health care. Arise speaks to so many things, which I will go on to itemize for you as I speak to you today. You look at what you have in life. It's likely that you will say you don't have enough, but really, don't you have enough? You may actually have many things that are deposited in you that you are not using. That is the problem of our nation today. We have so many giftings, so many talents, so many things which we are not utilizing at all. We are not utilizing by the SDG goals. Our women, we are not utilizing them enough. They are a major economic force and power in this nation. What Arise has done is to build skills academy, which we train them and we teach them how to make money, how to be economically viable, and how to take care of themselves, sustain their families, collaborate with their spouses, and ensure they get a good life. The future belongs only to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. It's time to dream. It's time for Nigeria to come out of lethargy, of this sickness, and of this thing which has plagued us for centuries. It's almost like a century, 62 years of independence, and we're still speaking a language called change. What is change all about? We can't keep changing. Listen to me today, gentlemen of the press. We must remove from the psychology and the mantra of our people the need to say change every 4 years. It is time for consistency, for us to explode and expound a vision. And we keep pushing that vision. If we had a vision that we had pushed for the past 62 years, we will be far better than we are today. I'm a Nigerian product. I grew up in this country. I was born in this country. I went to the best schools in this country. I'm a Queen's College girl. Today, we stand. Yes, we stand tall. I'm a Queen's College Lagos girl. And we are told to keep pushing forward, to pass on the torch, to greater heights.
Solidarity forever, for the union makes us strong. Victory.
A protest by the members of the various institutions there at the premises of the Federal Neuropsychiatric Hospital, Yaba, Lagos. The issues in contention between the federal government and the union members over the implementation of coins adjustment, the new hazard allowance, and promotion arrears has been on since 2014.
We want the federal government to expedite action on promotion areas. Longer be patient for this salary adjustment, because if you look at the prevailing market price of things now, even the minimum wage, which is 30,000 naira, cannot buy a bag of rice in the market any longer. So we need this to be adjusted with immediate effect. This money is not paid. We're going to give them that notice, and we have no resort than to go for the last resort, which we don't pray for, which is indefinite strike.
The union members, however, appreciated the recent release of 43 billion naira for the implementation of the long-awaited COVID-19 hazard allowance approved since 2021.
It is a money that has been approved for us for long, and we're so surprised that it took long. But with the effort of senior staff, we were able to go into negotiation, consultation with federal ministry, and today we are happy that the circular is out.
Appreciation will be fuller if what is given to us gets to individual hands, and our family at home also feel the impacts.
They promise they have to make effort to do the needful as urgent as it can take, because a hungry man, they say, is an angry man.
For this sector to move forward, the workers cautioned against what they termed divide and rule system that is tearing the sector apart.
Men have been challenged to take their health more seriously and learn to open up so as to receive help. The speakers at a forum in Lagos noted that unlike women, men do not open up on their health. a factor that accounts for many of them dying untimely.
Pressure on the society is enormous on the man. Before the pandemic, it was serious. Now with the pandemic, it's even worse because some businesses or many businesses folded up. Those that are doing businesses are probably trying or struggling to keep their heads above water, yet the responsibilities do not decrease at home. The wives wanted to be looked after properly, the children, just on this man's shoulders. So he doesn't get to sleep at all or sufficiently, just in search of food for his family. That increases a lot of medical issues for us.
Seek medical attention, not when they're ill, but even when they're well, so that they can continue to maintain healthy lifestyles, make healthy choices, and live well, essentially.
A combination of high blood pressure, high blood cholesterol, high blood sugar, and having a pot belly. Do you understand? Being overweight and having a higher than necessary waist circumference. Those are the issues. And our lifestyles, the men's lifestyle. I think the mindset, before I even go to all that, I think the mindset of the man needs to change.
Should be able to open up. Men should be able to have their doctor that they can confide in to talk comfortably with them. Because moving from one place to the other, it makes it difficult. But if you have a one-to-one personal relationship with your doctor, you'll be able to open up and a lot of things can be done.
The event also featured a medical outreach for participants. Without reaching out to the masses, the 60th anniversary celebration of the nation's foremost health institution will not be complete. This informed the large gathering of people for a medical outreach in Mushin and Surulere area of Lagos.
I want to reach out to members of the public, specifically those in our vicinity, in our community, in appreciation of them, and also it's like our own corporate social responsibility to reach out to them, to appreciate them for being with us through the 60 years of existence of the hospital. Yeah, and there's no better way to do it than rendering services that they ordinarily will go to the hospital and pay. So we're doing this free of charge. We have several departments. We have the dental department. We have the Guinness, the ophthalmology department. We have the family medicine department. And I think we also have the community health department. And basically we also have those from Lagos State government, that are here to assist us with some screening, cervical screening, and some other screenings. And then we have some of the friends of the hospital. We have SINLAB, the preferred medical laboratory, they call themselves. And we also have FITSIN, also partnering with the hospital.
My name is Honorable Femi Nuga. I'm the supervisor for health in Mushin local government. And also, I'm here to represent my able chairman, Honorable Emmanuel Banboye, which happens to be the executive chairman, Mushin local government. I feel so excited about the program because health is wealth, whether we like it or not. And no matter how rich you are, if you don't have a good health, it's nothing. So I feel good and I feel very happy that at least we are able to impact lives right now.
My name is Talabi Afisu Balaji, the Supervisor Councillor, Mushin Local Government Special Duty. Yes, just want to thank the chairman and the teaching hospital for bringing this health screen for us in Mushin Local Government.
The event also featured health talks and tips on oral health care. Since on the 8th of August 2022, the hospital has embarked on a series of activities to mark its 60th anniversary. Some clerics in Lagos have called for intensified prayers for God's intervention on Nigeria. The cleric, during a message to mark the 62nd independence of Nigeria, expressed faith that Nigeria will be great again.
Today, a lot of problems are in this nation, but we believe that with God, all things are possible.
Nigeria will go back to its glorious days. The glory of Nigeria will return. And we fervently believe and we are praying that the situation in Nigeria is not irredeemable, that God will actually intervene in Nigeria.
Whatever we are experiencing now that is not pleasant, that God should please in His infinite mercy bring a total turnaround and put an end to unpleasant situation in this nation.
As part of effort to meet the people's need, they carried out a medical outreach for over 1,000 residents in Alagbado area of Lagos.
Sugar testing, we want to do malaria testing, and we are giving them malaria drug. We have 4 doctors here, we have medical people here. I want to do screenings, cancer screening for at least 300 women.
Great opportunity that they will be able to know the hidden, some of the illness they have that they are not aware of, because they will be exposed to a lot of tests and also a free medical checkup, also with free medical drugs.
Cancer is a common thing these days. It's very rampant among women especially, and a lot of people need sensitization concerning cervical cancer. Cervical cancer is real, so the government needs to make more awareness, sensitization about it. We need to make these women know that they really have to go for cervical screening.
They also distributed food items to the people.
The economic situation worldwide is not the same as it used to be. But then, as people with passion, we must be able to touch those who God have given. It's not our rich, but the fact remains that for those of us that have in excess, we can give to people that are poor. And that is the mission. That is why we are here.
If there is no food, there won't be any life. We are not only giving food, we are also giving the spiritual food.
After 62 years of independence, we still do not have the healthcare system of our dreams, as the current system is plagued by inadequate facilities, high cost of pharmaceutical production, and loads more. This was the concern expressed by some experts at the 2022 Scientific Week of the Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria, Lagos chapter, calling for innovative approach towards ensuring medicine security in Nigeria.
In Nigeria, just about 30% of the 3.5 million people living with HIV have access to antiretrovirals. It's government-owned publication. So that's an indication of kind of access to medicine that we have, which of course is an indication of the healthcare coverage that is not good enough. We are far from there. So the ratio, the proportion I want to pursue at this moment is an inverse. We currently have about 30% local manufacture. And I need to put a caveat on that 30% of local manufacture. Yes, 30% of the drugs here are manufactured here. But in reality, virtually 90% of the raw materials for that 30% is still imported. The academia can have much more students, which they are sure that when they train them, there's somewhere for them to go to. This is possible. And I'm sure together, all of us can make this happen.
Some of us, all we can do today is a little bit more, but it means everything. So once you've decided you want to do more, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. It might just be time to change the tires, and that's a little new thing that you do today. So you're still in your space that you occupy and have the power to change, but you decide to do a few things differently. For some, not everybody is going to manufacture APIs this year. So can we do a bit more today? I'm going to challenge every community pharmacist, every chance I get, go back and ask yourself, this local economy that we're saying we need to support, what's my ratio? Because you should challenge yourself to know, to what extent do I purchase locally manufactured drugs when they are available? So please, let that be the little more that we all decide to go and do. Then secondly, the other word there was approach. And that only has to do with how you decide to move. You know, you've decided, I want to do more, and I want to move. So it's just a case of deciding how you want to do it. But take a decision.
And at 62 for a country that was dubbed Giant of Africa, we are not safe if we are importing our medicines. We are not sure what we experience in 2020 is going to be the last. It's still possible something will break out. If it's affecting where we are importing drugs, where we are importing the active pharmaceutical ingredients that we are using to manufacture what will be our fate. That is the reason why we want to be proactive. We don't want to be reactive. That's the reason why we are speaking about medicine security. But we are speaking about medicine security not just mouthing it, because we know how to solve it. We should be able to produce.
On the resurgence of Ebola virus in the Democratic Republic of Congo and its implication for neighboring countries like Nigeria, the experts called on government to be proactive and be for border security.
Of great concern, especially with the aspect of or with the development of antimicrobial resistance, which what is key is for you to activate all your defense mechanisms to ensure that, one, the trouble does not get to you, and in case anything spills over, how do you adequately address it, tackle it so that it does not escalate.
The need to address other critical challenges in the sector came to the fore. A high point of the event was the recognition of past executives who have contributed in no small measure to the development of the association.
A healthy population, people often say, builds a prosperous nation. But many Nigerians are threatened on a daily basis and die needlessly due to diseases, poor health care, malnutrition, and lack of access to relevant health information. The sorry state of our health infrastructure is also a major challenge. On Health Affair, Oshomo Daniels brings these challenges to the attention of relevant authorities for a lasting solution. For sponsorship and advert placements, please call the numbers showing on your screen. Health Affair, your access to good health through relevant information.
Welcome back. Latest figures based on revelation by health experts indicate that over 20 million Nigerians are currently living with different forms of kidney diseases. The report also noted that not fewer than 20,000 of the number of The report also noted that not fewer than 20,000 of the total number of affected patients are in the deadly category of end-stage kidney failure, requiring dialysis and transplant for survival. Please listen to our special report on this.
I do come for dialysis twice a week, and I've been on that now for like 8 to 10 months.
I appeal to the general public and the government to come to my assistance to raise the sum of 18 million naira for my transplants.
We are at the Zenith Medical and Kidney Center Dialysis Unit. Appeal for financial support for dialysis and kidney transplant is becoming a regular promo on Africa Independent Television as part of their corporate social responsibility to help Nigerians who are undergoing renal problem. The situation of these patients, Yisa Babatunde and Chidima Okafor here, represents that of the estimated 20,000 Nigerians with end-stage renal kidney failure who require dialysis or transplant to stay alive, out of the 20 million Nigerians said to be at risk. A kidney is said to have failed when it is damaged and can no longer filter waste and excess fluid from the blood the way it should if working at optimal capacity. At the end stage point, the patients have to undergo dialysis twice or thrice weekly at an average cost of 100,000 or undergo a transplant which is not less than 90 million naira.
You get kidney disease, you don't have money, within 3 to 6 months, you are gone. Unless you are able to find money to dialyze. And you need dialysis of 3 times a week, of 4 to 5 hours. And for each of those days, I don't think you spend less than 30 to 50,000. So if we take the lower rate, 30,000 3 times a week is 90,000. There are other supporting drugs required, anti-diabetes, antihypertensives. They also have their own costs. And because end-stage kidney disease also has effect on the level of blood in the individual's body. You also require special hormones to shore up the blood, the level of blood in the body. Otherwise, you are going to be complaining of weakness and lack of energy. That's also very costly. At least maybe a dose that you have per week may be costing between 5,000 and 10,000. How many people can afford that?
Apart from the cost implications of the two options, getting a donor for transplant is another issue that poses a great challenge for patients.
The best way to treat is the transplant. Transplant in itself is not free of risk, and it's not also free of funding. You need an initial funding to get transplanted. If you are lucky to have a donor and successful operation, you will need between 100 and 200,000 on a monthly basis to buy immunosuppressants, drugs that keep the graft kidney in place so that you don't reject.
It's not easy to get a donor, obviously. You know, the best match are usually family members.
A person is said to be at greater risk of kidney failure if they are hypertensive, diabetic, or are down with other related factors connected to abuse of certain medications.
The people of that are of black origin, they tend to be predisposed to chronic kidney diseases. And again, age can be a risk factor. Previous history of chronic kidney disease, that's a previous family history of chronic disease, can be a risk factor of this.
People in the community, people in the rural areas will probably have better figures in the sense that there will be lower CKD amongst them. Activity-wise, they go to the farm, they climb trees, they hunt, they do all sorts of things. So those things would increase their activity, one. Two is that the kind of food they eat more fiber, they eat more of the so-called traditional food that contains lots of fiber, and those foods which do not have excess fats or excess lipids that will increase the propensity for us to develop things like hypertension and diabetes. The other issue that might contribute are the infections, the viral infections like HIV, hepatitis B, hepatitis C, some other bacterial infections like tuberculosis, some worm infestations like schistosomiasis.
There are heavy metals called like mercury, cadmium, that hydroquinones containing creams, that people use, especially women who wants to be lighter. And when you use this over many years, it can also lead to kidney disease. And this is very rampant in our society. There are also situations where traditional medicines that have not been well defined can cause havoc to the body and can cause kidney disease or can cause liver disease. This is why we said we should support traditional medicine practitioners to refine their practice and refine their drugs, conduct toxicological studies on them, and conduct efficacy studies on them.
In some parts of the world, patients with kidney failure still enjoy good chances of survival through subsidized and improved access to care. Today, it is the turn of Chidimma Okafor and Yisa Babatunde. Kidney failure can happen to anyone, and who knows whose turn it will be the next.
Our government has to be responsive. There are countries in this same continent of Africa where they have made their citizens treatment for kidney disease free of charge. Some even give their people, their citizens money, those that cannot afford money, for transportation and feeding to get to the dialysis center so that they can have dialysis for free, and even transplant and all. So the government really, our government, we have a lot to do. We have a lot to do. Individual, no matter how rich you are, cannot afford kidney care. It is just too expensive.
Individuals can, through foundations, offer to take up the bills of these patients and help out. I want to appeal to everyone to take their health checkups more seriously. At least on a yearly basis, they should come to the hospital and get a kidney function test. In addition to a kidney function test, they should get a urinalysis and look out for the protein in urine to, be able to get this diagnosis done earlier.
Beyond the calls for improved care and support, experts are calling for increased enlightenment campaign to promote prevention since the major causes of renal kidney failure are unknown. Oshuomowa Daniels, AIT News, Lagos. If you are just joining us, it's Eltafe on AIT, and next on the program is our nutrition segment.
It's a common saying that you are what you eat. This is why we make it a point of duty to give you information about food items, fruits, and their nutritional value to help you make healthy choices on our nutrition segment every week.
Beetroot is one of the healthiest vegetables. It is the taproot portion of the beet plant, mostly grown for its edible taproots and leaves. Beetroot, also known as blood turnips, apart from being used as food, is a medicinal plant that has been used for ages in the treatment of numerous conditions. Though beetroot comes in different colors, red is more common. They can be eaten raw, as juice, or eaten as salads. The health benefits of this wonderful plant has been widely researched. Beetroot, due to its low sodium, fat, and high folate content, supports mental and emotional well-being. Beetroot, according to experts, may delay signs of premature aging. It can promote skin, liver, and brain health. It is beneficial during pregnancy. It lowers blood pressure, reduces the risk of heart diseases, aids in cancer prevention, helps fight inflammation, reduces bad cholesterol, levels the risk of diabetes.
You can be a part of our perception segment by calling the numbers seen on your screen to contribute on how we can improve human lives.
The distinction between primary health care, secondary health care, and tertiary, is very well indicated, very well articulated in Lagos State. I don't want us to praise government. I want them to know that we recognize that they are doing well, but I want them to know that that's why they applied for the job in the first place. Okay, so they have to do better.
This is how we wrap it up this week. Please join me same time next week for another interesting edition of the show. Please don't forget to advertise your goods and services on the platform. My name is Oshuomowa Danis. Please keep staying safe.